Hello students, today we will learn the next illustration number 2 relating to the computation of assessable value and custom duty payable. See here, I will read out the illustration. Illustration number 2, a commodity is imported by Rituparna Limited from China. Determine the duty liability under Customs Act 1962 from the following information. Cost of imported product $20,000. Commodity is packed, for which packing charges $3,000. Commodity is stuffed in returnable container. Price of container is $100. Design and development charges $500. Paid commission in India to the broker who arranged the deal abroad rupees 10,000. Freight from China to airport of New Delhi $6,000. Cost of insurance is paid on product but no details is available. Transport cost incurred by supplier from his factory to airport in China $200. Rituparna Limited paid rupees 5,000 as transport cost from New Delhi airport to factory. Next, Rituparna Limited sent the goods to the exporter which was used in the manufacturing the product rupees 1 lakh. Date of entry 15th Jan 2019. Based on that, rate of basic custom duty at 10%, IGST at 28%, exchange rate as notified by CBEC rupees 50 per US dollar. Date of entry in vote 12/11/2018. Rate of basic custom duty at 18%, IGST at 28%. Exchange rate is notified by CBEC rupees 53 per US dollar. Additional duty payable under section 3 subsection 5 of Customs Tariff Act 1975 at 16%. Social welfare surcharge is applicable. As per notification issued by the Government of India, safeguard duty has been imposed on these goods at 30% ad valorem. As per the notification number 106 2003, Customs dated 10th July 2003, anti-dumping duty has been imposed on these goods imported from China, manufactured by any producers in People's Republic of China at 40%. Compensation cess applicable at 30%. So with this information we have to compute we have to determine the duty liability. What is the custom duty payable importer? How much custom duty an importer has to pay for the import of a commodity from China. So to find the custom duty payable, we need to calculate assessable value. So the custom duty is levied on a assessable value. So we have to find out the assessable value. So the information is given to find out the assessable value. So see the format. To find the assessable value, we have to take the first purchase price. Next we have to add the expenses which is incurred by the exporter. We will get free on board value of goods. After that we have to add the freight or transportation cost if it is air or ship, and we have to add insurance. We will get the assessable value. We have to see the illustration, which are the expenses we have to add before FOB and which are the expenses we have to add after FOB. So we will get assessable value here. So now see the illustration. So a commodity is imported by Rituparna Limited from China. So importer name is Rituparna Limited. So they imported a commodity from a China. So we have to find the duty liability under Customs Act 1962 from the following information. So the first detail they have given is cost of imported product. So they have imported the commodity. So the cost of that imported product is $20,000. So 20,000 cost we have to take first. Then commodity is packed, for which packing charges $3,000. So the commodity is packed here. For the packing they have incurred the packing charges 3,000. So any cost of packing we have to add to the purchase price or a cost of imported product. So this one we have to add to the cost of imported product, that is before FOB. Next, commodity is stuffed in returnable container. The price of container is $100. So any expenses returnable container, remember returnable container is not a part of assessable value. We should not take the returnable container. So here we can take the cost of container. Container is essential packing for the any product, but a container which can be returnable, so that container is not a essential packing. So the cost of container, what is the cost incurred for that returnable container, is not taken as expenses incurred for the cost for the product. So we should not add this. So returnable container is not taken. Then design and development charges 500 in US dollar, means it is given in the dollar, means the design and development charges incurred paid outside country it is, so it should be added. Paid out design and development charges paid outside country we have to add, but design and development charges incurred in India it should not be added. So this one we have to add because they have given in the value dollar, so it is not incurred in India. Then paid commission in India to the broker who arranged the deal abroad. So here the paid commission in India. So the importer has paid a commission here. Actually importer's expenses we should not take, but a commission, the commission what a importer pays, that we have to take, because importer has paid commission in India to a broker who arranged the deal in abroad is nothing but the local agent commission. So this is a local agent commission. Local agent commission means what? So local agent is nothing but he is a exporter's agent. So he is a exporter agent staying in India. So for that agent, importer has paid a commission. He is staying in India, right? So the importer has paid a commission to that agent, that is the exporter agent. He is staying in India, to that agent for the deal, for he has arranged a deal in abroad. So for that commission is paid. So that is paid, commission is paid by the importer on behalf of a exporter. Actually this commission should be paid by the exporter because he is a agent of exporter. Local agent is nothing but it is he is a exporter agent. So exporter agent staying in India. So for that agent, importer has paid a commission in India. Importer has paid a commission in India, that is on behalf of a exporter. That commission is paid on behalf of a exporter. So it is actually exporter's expenses. So exporter's expenses, any expenses incurred by exporter we have to add. So commission paid to a local agent we have to take. So this is a local agent commission. So we have to add to the price of a goods. So local agent commission we have to add. So remember, any commission paid in India to a broker who arranged the deal abroad. So he has arranged the deal abroad. So he is a local agent commission. So that should be taken rupee 10,000. So local agent commission they will be giving in the Indian rupee. Only the value which is given in the form of rupee we have to take only the local agent commission. Other value you should not take. Any rupee value you should not take. Okay. Then freight from China airport to New Delhi airport. So China airport means exporter airport. From freight from an exporter airport to New Delhi airport means Indian airport. So this freight charges we have to add after FOB. So this freight from China airport to New Delhi, freight from China to airport of New Delhi means that is a airport means that is a freight charges incurred by air. So it is a from China airport to Indian airport. So it should be added after FOB. After FOB we have to add. So but when they give transportation is by air, then we have to compare with the actual or 20% of FOB, whichever is least we have to take. Okay, we should not take directly 6,000, we have to compare. Then cost of insurance paid on a product but no detail is available. So insurance we have to take, but they have not given any details. So if not given information about amount value is not given, then we have to take 1.125% of FOB value. Next, so insurance we have to add after FOB. Okay. Next, transport cost incurred by supplier from his factory to airport in China. Supplier means who? He is an exporter. So exporter is incurred transport cost from his factory to airport of China. Airport of exporters port is a airport of China. So freight transport cost, that is a transport to carry the product from his factory or a godown from his factory to the airport. It is expenses incurred by the exporter should be added before FOB. So transport cost incurred by supplier means exporter from his factory to airport in China. So that is added before FOB. Then Rituparna Limited paid rupees 5,000 as transport cost from New Delhi airport to factory. So Rituparna Limited is a importer. Importer's expenses should not be taken. It is not taken because Rituparna Limited paid rupees 5,000 as a transport cost from New Delhi airport. From a New Delhi airport means importer's port it is. New Delhi airport is a importer's airport. So from a importer's airport, from a importer's airport, the freight transportation cost incurred. So from New Delhi airport to factory, the expenses has been incurred. That is the transportation expenses to carry the goods from a port to his factory. He has incurred a transport cost. So that should not be taken. So it is paid in Indian rupee. Rituparna Limited importer paid 5,000 as transport cost from New Delhi airport to factory. Means from a Indian port to his factory should not be taken. So remember, exporter factory to airport of China we have to add, but from Indian airport to a factory we should not take, because exporter airport is a expenses incurred by exporter, so we have to take. But this is a importer expenses. Indian airport to factory is after paying a custom duty, this transportation cost is incurred, so it should not be added to the accessible value. Okay, so this value we should not take. So the next one is Rituparna Limited sent the goods to exporter which was used in the manufacturing the product rupees 1 lakh. So here importer has sent the goods to the exporter. So importer has sent the goods. See here, accessories or materials supplied by the importer to the exporter should be added before FOB. Okay, any accessories or material supplied along with the machine by the importer to the exporter we have to add. So this is a importer has sent the goods or a material to the exporter which was used in the manufacturing the product should be added. Why it is added is this Rituparna Limited has sent these goods to the exporter. Rituparna Limited has sent these goods to the exporter, so that goods should be used, that material should be used in the manufacturing the product. So the exporter, while manufacturing the product, they have to use that goods which is sent by the importer, because the importer, the Rituparna Limited wants to use this kind of materials or goods in his product. So as per his requirement, the product should be manufactured. So that's why the Rituparna Limited has sent some of the goods or material to exporter to use that material in the manufacturing the product. So actually it is a expenses in connection to the product, so it should be incurred by the exporter, not a importer, but it is paid by the importer. So this value we have to take, actually it is a exporter's expenses, we have to take under a exporter expenses as that value we have to take as a exporter's expenses. Then they have given date of bill of entry 15 Jan 2019 and basic custom duty 10%, IGST 28%, exchange rate is notified by CBEC rupees 50 per US dollar, and one more exchange rate also given, that is date of entry inward is 12/11/2018. As per this, basic custom duty is 18%, IGST 28%, exchange rate notified by CBEC is rupees 53 per US dollar. So here for custom duty calculation purpose we have to take the exchange rate which is notified by CBEC. So both exchange rates are notified by CBEC only. So when they give only one CBEC, then we have to consider that. When they give two CBEC declared exchange rate, in that we have to check the dates. So they have given 15 Jan 2019 for the first exchange rate, and one more is 12/11/2019. So among this date of bill of entry and date of entry inward, among these two dates, which is a later date, which is the latest date, so that date exchange rate we have to consider, even the tax rate also. So here the latest or a later date is 2019 is a later one. it is 2018 is the earlier one, so we have to take the 2019 year details. So basic custom duty apply, we have to apply is 10%, not 18%. IGST we have to apply 28%, and even the exchange rate also we have to take rupees 50 per US dollar, not 53. Okay, so this information we have to consider, and we have to completely ignore the information which is relating to the date of entry inward, that is on 12th Jan 2018. We have to ignore, we have to consider only the information relating to the date of bill of entry, because the date is a latest date, so that date information we have to consider. So this should be ignored. Next, additional duty payable under section 3 subsection 5 of our Customs Tariff Act 1975 is 16%. So here additional duty is nothing but it is a additional duty as per section 3(5) is nothing but it is a CVD. Okay, so for the countervailing duty, another name is additional duty under section 3 subsection 5. So that is a custom countervailing duty we have to take 16%. Okay, next, social welfare surcharge is also applicable. This also we have to calculate while computing the custom duty payable. Then as per notification issued by the Government of India, safeguard duty also there. So it is imposed on these goods at 30%. So we have to take at 30% safeguard duty. So the next one is as per the notification number 106/2003 custom dated 10/7/2003, anti-dumping duty has been imposed on these goods imported from China manufactured by any producer in People's Republic of China at 40%. So anti-dumping duty at 40% we have to calculate. Then compensation cess also we have to calculate at 30%. So with this information we have to compute the custom duty payable. They asked to determine the custom duty payable. Duty payable they have asked to compute. So when they asked to compute the duty payable, this duty or a custom duties should be calculated on the assessable value. So in order to calculate the duty payable, we have to compute the assessable value also. So with the help of this information we have to compute the assessable value. So now write the heading. Now we'll work out the solution. So write the heading computation of assessable value, and here we have to write the exchange rate. So exchange rate they have given for $1 US. For $1 US, what is the exchange rate is equal to, so that exchange rate we have to take the latest one, that is CBEC declared rupees 50 per US dollar. So $1 US is equal to rupees 50 we have to take, rupees 50 we have to take. So next write the draw 3 column, particulars and 2 amount column. So in the first amount column we have to write US dollar, so that is the details of US dollar we have to take, and next column we have to take the values, amount in rupees. So amount in rupees we have to take. So as per format, firstly we have to take the price of a good. So here they have given the cost of imported product. So write cost of imported product. So what is the cost of imported product here? That is US dollar 20,000. So it is given in the dollar. So write here 20,000. Now we have to multiply 20,000 into 50. So that is equal to 10 lakh. Next we have to add the sum of the expenses which is incurred by exporter. So we'll see the expenses which is incurred by the exporter, that is should be added before FOB. So commodity is packed with the for which packing charges is 3,000 is incurred. So packing charges we have to add. So write add packing charges. So value of packing charges is 3,000 US dollar is given. So it should be written in the dollar column 3,000. Now we have to convert 3,000 into 50, that is equal to 1,50,000. Next is commodity stuffed in returnable container. So we can take cost of container or container charges, but returnable container is not part of assessable value, so we should not be taken. Then design and development charges incurred outside India we can take. So the design and development charges given in US dollar means it is incurred outside India, so we have to take here design and development charges which is incurred outside India we have to take. So that is a 500 US dollar. If it is incurred outside India, if you want, write incurred outside India. Okay, if it is incurred in India, then we should not take. Here it is incurred outside India is assumed because they have given the value in dollar, so it should be incurred outside India. So 500 into 50 is equal to 25,000. Next, they have given paid commission in India to a broker who arranged the deal abroad. So the broker who is arranging a deal abroad is nothing but the exporter's agent. So exporter agent is known as local agent. So commission paid in India by the importer to a local agent in the form of Indian rupee. See here, local agent commission will be exporter's agent. It is this agent gets a commission in Indian rupees. So it is paid by Indian importer. So see here, the paid commission in India means it is the information relating to importer. Importer has paid a commission in India to a broker. So that is nothing but in Indian rupee. It is nothing but the local agent commission. So we have to take the local agent commission here, right? Local agent commission. They have not directly given it is a local agent, but they have given the information like he is arranging the deal abroad. So arranging a deal abroad means he is a local agent. So 10,000 we have to take. They have given 10,000 in Indian rupee. So write in the rupee column. Don't write dollar column. Okay. It is in the form of rupee. So we have to directly take in the rupee column. Then freight from China airport. China to airport of New Delhi means airport to airport it is. It should be added after FOB. So freight charges by air freight we have to take after FOB. So we'll take later. Then cost of insurance also we have to take after FOB. We'll take later. Then transport cost incurred by supplier, exporter, incurred by exporter from his factory to airport. So expenses or a transport cost, freight or a transport cost from supplier factory to port we have to add. From a incurred by a supplier from his factory means supplier's expenses incurred by supplier to supplier factory to airport we have to take. So write freight it is a freight, right? Sorry, transport cost, one and the same. Don't confuse, write the same word what is given in the illustration. Transport cost incurred by supplier from his factory to port. To port means it is expenses incurred by the exporter. So we have to take that is $200 is given, $200. So write the column amount in the dollar column 200. Now we have to multiply 200 into 50. So that is equal to 200 into, here it is not there, 200 into 50, it is equal to 10,000. So 200 into 50 equal to 10,000. Next we have to take Rituparna Limited paid 5,000 as transport cost from New Delhi airport to factory. Rituparna Limited means importer paid 5,000 as a transport cost from a New Delhi airport to factory means it is the expenses incurred after import, after paying a custom duty at a New Delhi airport it is incurred. So this is the expenses incurred by importer, so we should not take. Okay, so that should not be taken. Then there is a one more item, that is a Rituparna Limited send the goods to the exporter, so it should be added. So we have to take importer sent goods to exporter which was used in manufacturing the product. So this one we have to take. So the value they have given 1 lakh Indian rupee, directly take in the amount column 1 lakh rupee column. So it is not that is, put a bullet point here. So only this much, rest are the relating to the tax rate details. So now we have to add the value. So that is a FOB. So that is equal to 12,95,000. That is nothing but FOB value. FOB value of product. So next we have to add freight and transportation, freight or transportation cost. So that is nothing, cost or expenses, that is nothing but if it is importing by air, air means from exporter airport to Indian airport, what is the expenses. If it is importing by ship, then from my exporters ship port to importer ship port, what is the transportation charges incurred, that we have to take. So here they have given freight from China to airport of New Delhi, that is means airport from China airport to New Delhi airport. So that is a 6,000 they have given. So when they have give transportation is by air, so when they give transportation is by air, then what is the rule? Rule says if given means they have mentioned it is by air, so we have to take actual or 20% of FOB. So by air, if given it is, only if given we have to take, if not given then we should not take. So given, what is the rule is actual or 20% of FOB we have to take. So actual they have given how much? Actual is given is 6,000. Actual is 6,000. So 6,000 is given in the dollar, right? $6,000 is given, $6,000. So now we have to multiply into exchange rate, that is into 50. So if you take 6,000 into 50, the value will be equal to 3 lakh. So or we have to compare or 20% of FOB. So FOB how much? 12,95,000. So 12,95,000 into 20%. So that is a 20% of FOB. So that is equal to 2,59,000. So among this 2,59,000. Among this we have to take whichever is least. So that is 2,59,000. It is a Indian rupee. We have to take 2,59,000. So this is a rupee value. So 2,59,000 he is considered. So we should not take the value here. Then ship, there is no transportation by ship, so we have to ignore. Any one will be there, maybe through air or ship, any one will be there. Both, there is no calculation of both. Okay, any one. Next we have to add insurance. If given or not given, we have to add the insurance. So write add insurance. So if given also not given, we have to take. So insurance details is not available, but we have to take. If insurance is not given, we have to take 1.125%. So not given. Insurance, the amount is not given, but we have to calculate one FOB value into that is FOB how much? It is calculated 1.125% of FOB. So that is nothing but FOB is 12,95,000 into 1.125%. So if you calculate, you will get 14,564. It is Indian rupee. 569. It is 569. So if you, there is no other info, if you total, you will get accessible value. So that is equal to 15,68,000. 15,68,569 is the accessible value. So on this accessible value, we have to compute the custom duty payable. So next we'll compute the custom duty payable. Write the heading computation of custom duty payable, 3 column particulars and 2 amount column. So just recall what is the format to compute the custom duty payable. So that is we have to take the accessible value. For the accessible value, we have to add BCD, NCCD and CVD if any. Then we have to total it. Then we have to add social welfare surcharge at 10%, and then it is calculated on duty. Then safeguard and anti-dumping duty if any. Then we have to calculate it on AV. We'll get subtotal B. Then IGST on subtotal B we have to calculate, and compensation cess also we have to calculate on subtotal B. So we will get custom duty payable. So now we'll work out the solution. Firstly, we have to take the accessible value. So as we calculated the accessible value, that is how much? So that is equal to 15,68,569 is the accessible value. Right, 15,68,569 is the accessible value. Should not write the amount in second column. Next we have to calculate the BCD. So this is BCD is charged at BCD is charged at, we have to take the BCD tax rate 10%, which is declared by bill of entry, the latest date 10% we have to calculate, that is BCD at 10% we have to calculate. So that is on assessable value. So that is 15,68,569 into 10% is equal to 1,56,857 is the tax. 1,56,857 is a tax. Next we have to total it, so it is equal to 17,25,426. Next we have to add NCCD if any, so there is no NCCD. Next we have to add CVD, so there is a CVD in the illustration. So what is the rate of CVD, countervailing duty? So that is additional duty payable is 16%, so we have to calculate 16% now. So that is CVD at 16% we have to calculate, that is calculated on the total value, that is 17,25,426 into 16% we have to calculate. So CVD is calculated on assessable value plus tax, so that is equal to 2,76,068. So the same we have to take here also, 2,76,068. So now total it, there is no tax in the first section before subtotal A. So subtotal A equal to, it is equal to 20 lakh 1,494, and the total tax will be 4,32,925. okay, 4,32,925. Next we have to add a social welfare surcharge. So social welfare surcharge, if social welfare surcharges should be calculated at 10%, if they give or not we have to calculate. Here they have said social welfare surcharge is applicable, but they have not given the tax rate. We have to calculate on duty value. So the total duty is 4,32,925 into 10% we have to calculate. So 10% we have to calculate, so that is equal to 43,293. 43,293 is a social welfare surcharge. Next we have to add safeguard duty and anti-dumping duty if it is given in the illustration. So here they have given safeguard duty at 30%. It is calculated on AV. So now add safeguard duty. So they have given safeguard duty is at 30%. So it is calculated on AV. So what is the AV? 15 lakh 68,569 into 30% we have to calculate. So that will be equal to 4,70,571. 4,70,571. So along with the safeguard duty we have to calculate even the anti-dumping duty. So this is also calculated on AV, anti-dumping duty. So what is the percentage of, so it is equal to 6,27,428. 6,27,428. So now we have to subtotal B, total it, subtotal B. So that is equal to 31,42,786. Here it is 15,74,217. So next we have to add IGST on subtotal B. So the tax rate on IGST is given in the illustration. So that is equal to, we have to select this one, first case, IGST at 28%. So IGST at 28% is calculated on subtotal B, that is 31,42,786 into 28% IGST. So that is equal to 8,79,980. 8,79,980. Next we have to add compensation cess. So if it is given in the illustration, then we have to take. So they have given compensation cess at 30%. So at 30% we have to calculate it on subtotal B, that is 31,42,786 into 30%. So that is equal to 9,42,836. 9,42,836. 9,42,836. So now we have to total there is no other taxes. So the first amount column total is equal to 49,65,602 is a total they have paid, total value of a commodity along with the tax, total value of a product imported. So the importer has paid for imported, it is importer has paid totally 49,65,602. Importer has to pay the total value of 49,65,602 value of a price for the import for the assessable value of 15,68,569 value. They have to pay 49,65,602 total value. Then the total tax they have to pay is 33,97,033 is a total duty payable. So the total duty payable will be 33,97,033. So this is about this illustration. So next write note under that. First one is exchange rate applicable as per notified by the CBEC. So here we have to take the exchange rate which is notified by CBEC. Along with that we have to consider the rate, tax rate applicable on exchange rate. Here we have to take the latest date among the bill of entry and entry inward. So here latest date is among this latest date which is we have taken. So we have taken bill of entry. Okay, we have taken bill of entry as a latest date. Then cost of returnable container. So here we have not taken the returnable container. So returnable container is not a part of AV because it is not a essential packing. Only the cost of packing we can take, cost of container we can take, but a returnable container is not a part of AV, so we should not be taken. Then any transport any transport cost from a Indian airport to factory is not a part of AV. Any transport cost from a Indian port, importer port to his factory is not a part of AV. So we have to write transport cost from importer port to his factory is not taken. Only exporter port, exporter place to exporter port we have to take. So that is taken. In transport cost incurred by supplier from his factory to port. By supplier means exporter. This is taken, but importer incurred is not taken. Okay. So this is about the illustration. About this illustration.